G'day guys, my name's 3Dad21 and welcome back to Danganronpa. If you guys remember from the last episode, we had that photo with everybody in school basically confirming that we used to go here. Which we were kind of getting that vibe from like the photos of like Celeste and Ifumi and Chihiro, Leon and Mondo. So yeah, it's not really all that surprising. What is surprising though is like what the logistics are behind like the memory loss or whatever, you know? Like it's weird. I'm not really sure what to make of it. But apparently we have to go to the archive with Byakuya, which is interesting. Wait, that's the classroom. What am I doing? Alright. I guess maybe we just have to go and talk to everybody, and it just happens to be that Byakuya is in the archive. Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Wait. Oh, we still have things to check in the archive. Sorry, that was a mistake. Or maybe it's just a glitch, I don't know. Okay, no, it's just a glitch. There's nothing to do in here. Thanks so much, game, for leading me on the wrong idea. Alright. Let's go somewhere else. Kiri's back in the garden. Hey, Hiro! Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Everyone's gonna be fucking doing this, aren't they? Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It's like he was avoiding me, like he was afraid of me. Why? I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there... Oh shit, Toko passed out. Was her, passed out, again. Huh? Toko? Oh god, she opened one of the fucking... Oh... Wait. Oh, I think that was already there. I thought it was a new body had been added. Toko, are you okay? No. No! She's not dead, is she? Of course not. Whoa. It's cold! It's super cold! It's so cold I think I might catch cold! If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I thought you were standing there staring at me getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya is around here somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh,
I knew it! I totally knew it! I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master! Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. I'm glad she's gone. Togo shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There'll be some reason for it. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
I had a feeling it was Kyoko. She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room... Oh yeah, it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why is everything gotta be so difficult with her? Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly, she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Of course! Wait, but that doesn't add up! Oh wait, no, hang on, Mukuro's body was already gone. Yeah, that makes sense. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial all over again, I guess.
So...
Oh, sorry. You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to go grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason they give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. It's a freak move for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. Oh, it's just gonna be the same thing, isn't it?
Because...
Okay, well... Ah, it's the same as the one we found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Okay, cool. Can I talk to you now? Nope, okay. It's the same thing as always. Jeez. It's getting kind of frustrating, because it's unclear what you need to do next. On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on. But these ones aren't.
It would seem
the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Wait, so... Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast. If there's 9, and there's 6 of us left, then why is there an extra locker? Because that only makes 15. Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. What? Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So the blow to the head wasn't the cause of death! So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Because...
Huh? All the Monokuma file says is that they were afflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
That doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then as they investigate, they test what they find against each of those possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Very interesting.
Hey.
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. Okay, so then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba. Okay, good.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
Why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. And she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now... Hey, Kyoko? I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here? What?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any of those lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using the emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why did I bother putting it in the locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster. About your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate these lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can... That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening lock with my own handbook. Right. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. Class 78, urgent interviews. Oh shit, a DVD? And it says class number 78, urgent interviews?
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I could never find the answer to the questions I wanted to ask. For the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burn with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why does it bother me so much to know he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I had better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room and check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Alright, let's go. Maybe go to the kitchen for some reason. Oh, it's probably where Hina is or something. Wait, wrong way. Oh wait, no, it was the right way. Oops, my bad. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then I better take a look. I took the DVD... Oh, stop yawning, buddy! I hate this. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
Okay, so they've recycled the voice actor. They've recycled Mondo's voice actor. That's cool. Keith Silverstein. The voice I heard was one of the men positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like it was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? Except... What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
Wow. As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. That was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On a monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Yep. Huh? What I saw was me. Impossibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, you don't have much of a choice, do you?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Even Byakuya. Wow. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She had sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie! Looks like it broke! Out of service! What, it just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now, then, when? It doesn't matter. Failure can strike any time. That's what failure is, right? Failure my ass, you cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Oh no, is it class trial time? Oh boy.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
Oh boy. It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
You're early, Makoto.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said... Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hiro? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was a deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appear.
I'm late!
I'm on fire.
Strong silent master is so wonderful, so cool, so hot. My loins are ablaze. Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
Beautiful.
With my sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see.
Well now.
Okay, well then, let's begin.
Chills! Kills!
This final class trial is going to be slathered in pitch black despair. Climaximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. What do you mean this time? Stop with a little slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know. If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and
Today,
square.
I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
Nice.
So don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared.
In the name of my family.
This will be over in no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Nobody made eye contact, nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd, like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon, at the class trial. You're right, I'm ready.
so...
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko is aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend, deeper and deeper, 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 deeper still. Okay, I don't need to say this. Deeper and deeper it fell. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. Oh. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Chills! Kills!
Well then, let's begin. Oh boy. Alright, I think we're gonna be doing a long video, so I'm gonna split here and then keep going. Alright, I'm back. So, I don't think we have any more skills to set because I have like one that costs too many. It's a pretty good skill, but like I don't think I need it. Handiwork. That is really useful, but I don't know. No, I'll just keep what I already have. Let's begin. Whew. Man.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win. But if you can't, then I win. And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment.
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
What the hell? What? Oh shit! What the hell's going on? Oh my god, I don't know what to do.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line.
What the hell?
You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
All three of them think that everyone around them is their enemy. There's no doubt this is a trap Monokuma set. He set it up so we can suspect each other. And I have something that proves it.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
I'm confused.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
Wait, how do I check my... Okay, so... Several rooms have been locked up until this point. The headmaster room on the 4th floor, the bio lab on the 5th floor, the Monokuma door and the data center on the 4th floor, and the 2nd floor of the dormitory. So I don't think it's that one. An emergency handbook was found in the headmaster's room. This handbook apparently has no restriction, but was given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. The photo depicts all the Hope's Peak students wearing matching uniforms. Worth noting is that Mukuro is pictured while Makoto is not. Could that mean all the others are working together somehow? Would it be the group photo? Let's try it.
Evidence that proves
What? This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Wait, shit! Damn it! I took too long.
You guys have all been... I have evidence!
Hey, you're all out to get me. I have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves
What? This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of...
No, that's wrong. It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
Of course.
With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
And interestingly, Chihiro is dressed like a... Oh, wait, no. Chihiro is dressed like a girl in the other one, too. That doesn't make any difference. I figured as much. In which case...
Hiro, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
This one, too. It's just like I thought.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
The proof I need to reveal in Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos, and that person is the ones who get the photos.
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Why is there a fish in the pool?
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
It's a hint because we all used to go to this school. But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at
Listen,
me?
can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture. Hina's picture. Hiro's picture. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something...
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that, so it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Amnesia.
Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, then they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept that. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Oh my god. 5 bullets.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me, I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too.
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with? To try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is Is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly! You're just making stuff up! There's no way the mastermind is here! The mastermind is probably a million miles away! Because masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
I'm positive they're somewhere in the school. Otherwise, there's no way they could have controlled that machine.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly! You're just making stuff up! There's no way the mastermind is probably a million miles away!
Nothing's wrong. There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time, so there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier. So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto! What?
Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed!
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been...
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago, so they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
Because if you consider, the whole fresh blood thing was just because the chicken got killed and they just sprayed chicken blood on the tub. So the body could have been killed any time before then.
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
Nope.
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place?
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
No, that's wrong. No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Same here, Byakuya.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school, in which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Do we really have to show the boobs?
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
It would have been the mastermind.
So who was it that attacked you?
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask,
Because the fingers
I
don't
naturally
match.
assumed she must have been the one who attacked me, but I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
Also, the hands look like male hands, so I don't know. It's probably a guy.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Your face. Very obvious finger attack. Alright, cool.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand?
It was a right hand.
Maybe the right one.
Damn it. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to absorb that.
Shoot.
That was stupid of me to do.
You never saw there, so you can't have. I'm telling you now, you're wrong. There's another part of the.
Oh? And what is it? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
What?
You never saw their face, so you can't have any idea who. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama!
Oh, what? It got rid of my fuck because I accidentally shot it early. God damn it.
You never saw it, so you can't have. I'm telling you now, you're wrong. There's another part of the.
Oh? Is it the right hand or the left hand? Maybe the right foot, or perhaps the.
Or could it be the hips?
You never saw there, so you can't have any. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
No, that's wrong. Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you, but what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
You're an idiot.
Uh-oh! No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything? Is she taking off her gloves? Kyoko is removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on. God, that's awful.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet, because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
She was probably in the bio lab.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But
to hide a body here? To just store it somewhere?
I got
The
it!
pool.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue, so it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof. I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
Inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking
La,
about...
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family. Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Alright.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Well, this was hard. Really hard.
refuse to give up yet.
Good. That was really hard. I might have actually needed that reload 2 bullets at once. Damn.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
Wow, that was easy.
I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
Yeah, I knew it.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is... the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right, that's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first, Junko was second, Leon was third, Chihiro was fourth, Mondo was fifth, Taka was sixth, then Hifumi was seventh, Celeste was eighth, Sakura was ninth, and the victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths. But there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? What? Oh, that's wrong. Well. What? The same person was killed twice? What do you mean? What?
I got it! What about it? The same person was killed twice.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered. And then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course, before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba. She was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on!
I'm a little lost, but I think I get what she's saying.
Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious because Kyoko's totally delusional. Who is this someone? An M.
Is there a way to look at the heights and shit? I'm trying to remember who was 5'7". Who else was 5'7"? I'm trying to remember that.
That Mukuro was killed as. Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe... Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who is this someone
What?
else that Mukuro...
Okay, oh my god. Well, that was a loud truck. Okay, so... So, thinking about it, I get this kind of makes sense because if you look at like Danganronpa promotional material, they really like to use Junko in the promotional material, and then Junko just ended up dying second, which never really sat right with me. So, oh my god, I don't know, like, I'm assuming I'm right because she's the only other person who's died from having multiple injuries. But what the hell, man? What?
Was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Chihiro Mando? Kiyotaki Fumi? Celestial? Or maybe... No. There's no way anyone was No, it's wrong.
Jeez.
Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusawa.
That explains the fingernails. Huh.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Not sure what to use here. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still... alive?
That's right.
Man, I'm confused by this, to be honest. I might need a second to... Okay, look, here's the deal. If I can't figure it out in the next 5 minutes, I'll have to use the walkthrough, because I don't know, man. I want to get through this. My brain isn't working like I want it to, so yeah, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. The answer ended up being a lot more simple than I thought it was. Honestly, I feel pretty stupid for not knowing this, but
She made it look like Junko's body was her.
So the mastermind's...
What do you say, Monica?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records.
right.
Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds.
It said 5'7".
Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
Her height said 5'7".
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
If Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Well, then in that case, it would be Junko, wouldn't it? That's fucking crazy, man.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
Wait, what? But the dialogue's happening.
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
I'm confused.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very
Yeah,
eyes.
but... man, I don't know.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it... I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can see for
She
sure.
was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
By Mukuro dressing like Junko and claiming that she was Junko, right? But still, if she were alive somehow. Yeah. What? What is this word? Oh, replaced. Okay. She replaced the body? Alright, we got it.
Now I understand.
Now I understand!
That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that, so maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. Well then... that sounds to make sense, right?
I got it!
Yeah, okay.
The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met, if that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
We'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
She probably could have easily just covered that up with makeup.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation
exactly.
or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
That makes sense.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity. As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity. When did I do that?
He still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, but not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. What? I'm confused. What? Makoto wasn't able to watch the DVD all the way through!
I got it!
Oh my god!
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster, you made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Oh my god, imposter! Not Fortnite, what the hell? Why am I saying Fortnite? Among Us!
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. I'm gonna do another one? Jeez, okay.
What do you want? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! That's impossible!
This should prove it.
The group photo, right? Yeah.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago. When we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten, in all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Junko's face is always hidden!
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Oh my god. Wow.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
You can even see that Mukuro has very similar eye color, so they'd be able to pull it off.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
Honestly, the thought of Junko, the way she looks, being like a really sadistic person, it kind of fits her.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair. Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. I'll prove everything, right now!
Closing argument! Alright. Okay. Alright, how do I do this? I'll try not to look at the guide. I guess this one? This one? Because it's wrapped up and then they pull the cover off. Okay. Combat knife? And then... This one's a little... Oh. This was when Kyoko got it, right? And then... Would it be that? I think so. Putting it on Junko, right? I think so. This is before the body exploded. and then the body exploded, right?
The killer is you! We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who proved to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko and Oshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Oh shit. There she is.
We've been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this voice though. What the fuck?
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, and some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Pretty sure it's no thanks.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
Thank God that's not her actual voice. Woo.
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
Her voice actress sounds familiar. This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko and Oshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing you. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before I got to this school. It would have been before arriving at school, right? The magazines?
I got it! That's right! It was before I ever came to this school.
There we go.
I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it!
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. I mean, they are photoshopped, but still.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Holy shit, okay.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the ultimate despair!
Wait a minute, is that... Wait. That reminds me of, the Danganronpa spin-off game. What's it called? Ultra Despair Girls. Kinda reminds me of that.
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Ugh! That again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Oh my god, stop changing voice and personality!
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family.
Jesus.
Leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously ranked, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away, which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Oh, I don't like this at all.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal, just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
This wasn't supposed to happen. Why me? Yeah, that makes sense.
So you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Her voice when she talks like that also sounds incredibly familiar. I'm trying to remember where it's from.
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
This, like... It is literally unsettling me that I can't figure out where I've heard this voice before.
So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited. Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating!
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. Then we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
thinking back to what Monokuma told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to. That one? No, none of the others seem to really fit. Post-Big Academy existed before us.
I got it!
Okay, that is it. Thank goodness.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question!
I'm really glad I don't have to do these voices because, oh my god, this would be... this would just ruin my throat.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
I've really got to search up who Junko's real voice actress is after this because, oh my god, it's killing me that I can't figure out who it is.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Was it greed?
I got it!
Okay, good.
It was money, wasn't it?
Oh right, because money,
Greed.
yeah.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Blackmail or betrayal? Nope, okay.
Shoot!
Maybe it was secrets. No, it was betrayal, god damn it. No, I pressed it again! Fuck! I'm losing all this all these things for no reason. God damn it.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, There are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
Yeah, because we made the agreement to stay here.
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Oh boy. What? What? Hang on a minute. What? This is a joke, right?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
I'm assuming the Monokuma faces have been put there on purpose because to hide their identities or something, because there's no way Monokuma has reached that far.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial!
Well, shit.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything. This is the end for all of us. What other choice do we have?
If I can't remember, is it all over? I mean, how can she show me something so completely incomprehensible and then just say remember? Every single one of us has lost our memory. It really is hopeless after all. No, wait. There's a chance that she hasn't forgotten. What, genocide Jill?
Bitches, remember
Oh
or
my
die.
god, what? Really?
You want us to when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to... What am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything.
No, that's wrong. Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other token, Genocide Jack.
What?
Two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No! Absolutely not! That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity!
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
As soon as she heard that Byakuya was desperate.
Da-da-da-da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer! Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you!
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen!
Aye aye! Roger, you got it, Captain!
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know? Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
Okay, so the tragedy does refer to the thing outside the school, not inside the school.
A tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is... now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history! And as a result, in basically no time flat! The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
I know.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
The Togami family fell, the Togami family fell, or the Togami family fell. Why does this feel like Doki Doki Literature Club all over again?
Correct! Well done, peasant!
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Togami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Oh shit.
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
And now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so, so the memories she took from us were the entire past? Question mark? Maybe just the life of Hope's Peak or something.
I got it!
Okay, cool.
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy, and that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. It's either Rocket Pocketbook or Rocket Notebook, I reckon.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Wrong!
No, that's wrong!
Because you had a notebook, sir.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey! Why is my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
That would be so fucked up, man.
And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago.
Just imagine, like, 2 years of your entire life being just ripped away. It's so fucked up, man.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Huh? What's going on? Also, I need to split the video here. Lol. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time. And that was...
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
That's so fucked up.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof, gone. Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
It's so fucked up that they were all friends. These guys were all friends and then they just... Oh, God.
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
My only question is, how the hell did they make 2 other games after this?
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
What the fuck?
What?
No, please don't say that.
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
Can you shut the fuck up, please?
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
Right.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it, and now the entire world has fallen into despair.
I had a feeling this game was going to have a meta message behind it, but not to this extent.
in other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once. So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right. It was transformed into a shelter. I said it twice.
Now, Someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
I got it! It could only have been the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise, to say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
The irony.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Can you let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
The broadcast thing, right? Hijack. That was fast.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Jesus Christ.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too! Like right fucking now!
Truth. Full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
He actually makes an excellent point.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself.
You just showed us a video. Like when she said that she was gonna show us what the world was like, I thought these walls behind us were gonna lift up and we were gonna see the world around us. But no.
So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you for the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
You're the one who set this fucking game. You're responsible for their deaths.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
Yeah, by fucking lying to all of us.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
Look who's talking.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner! It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
Fuck off.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of hope.
Even if it's just one one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
You mean, we'd
have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live!
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'd rather go outside, see the world, and die straight away than not know what's out there and just rot and die here, to be honest.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Excuse me?
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it!
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
I love when she just takes a neutral expression.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with.
It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair? That's not really living at all.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Don't lose hope now!
All my
I'm sorry.
fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right?
I'm sorry, but I saw what I'm supposed to do in the walkthrough and decided I have to do it.
So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me! So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here!
Yeah, hero.
The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore! What matters is my own gut feelings!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of her.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
It already is.
The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Don't lose hope now!
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say, which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's.
By the way, the only reason
is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now!
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. But no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope,
If I were to die,
that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want if I die. In other words,
as soon as the communal life you've all been living will come to an
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
all of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
We may as well help Byakuya too.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
That's a very good point.
So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
we won't give up!
Music's changed.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
So what?
The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love!
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now!
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. like you would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that, just because we don't actually know anything. Does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you?
The ultimate hope has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame!
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still... Let's go. Final boss battle.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair. I just love despair! You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You're unbearable! Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless!
Despair into tomorrow. Despair in hope
keeps on
Sorry,
going.
I don't want to listen to that full line.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing with our own hands.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way!
Well, that's just...
It can't be! You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Huh?
So this is despair.
This is despair. We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end.
True despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair. The utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I'm so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway.
So are you prepared to admit defeat? Do you think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone.
Hey.
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
However.
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko!
No.
Ah, stop it, stop! I hate those faces you're making! To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Fine, let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the world of hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope, but there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up, that's a rhetorical question! You interrupted my monologue! I'm almost done though, so whatever. It's almost punishment time, right?
It can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's like I want you to die, you don't have to...
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all! All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in life. So...
Don't get in my way! So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful! Even a tenth of this despair. Even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Congratulations, Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh my god, they're putting every single punishment in one. The ultimate punishment. The 1000 blot. Oh my god. The Cage of Death. The burning of the Versailles Witch. Excavator Destroyer. Blast Off. Even that one! Wow! After school lesson. Oh! Holy shit. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko and Ishima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Wow. Holy crap. You received the Monokuma hair tie present. Alright, normally I would end the episode here. This episode is incredibly long, but I feel like we're really close to the end. So I'm just going to keep going. This is going to be the final episode of Danganronpa, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. I'll see you guys soon. But even after saying it was all over, it's like the building exploded or it collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. Epilogue. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But, is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words...
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here.
But
you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us leave here alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe!
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about!
Beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far up... Huh? Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and my master can get married? And then give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far. Anyway, don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But...
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks...
You're serious?
Maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
In other words...
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it. That by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
Am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I don't know how to pronounce dynasty. It's either dynasty or dynasty, and I can't remember. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it!
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you gonna do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. Oh, I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hogakurei's life story is about to begin.
Woo!
Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes.
Ooh.
Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. Aw, thanks, Kyoko. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No, we could probably do anything. Yeah, We can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed. But if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me. And the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
It looks like hope really is spreading, as long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward, with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open, with my hands, with our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door into the future. Oh my god, okay. Oh, this is the Japanese cast. Okay. I'll wait for the English credits. Wow, what a game, man. Holy shit, I love this so much. This is honestly one of my favorite games, man. This was awesome. And the music is fucking incredible. It's probably one of my favorite things about the game. Monomi? Excuse me? Who the hell's that? I hope they do show the English voice actors at some point because they deserve credit, man. Great cast. Thanks, Masafumi Takada. You made an amazing soundtrack. Phoenix Spaulding, what a name. Whoa, I haven't seen that picture before. Damn, Kyoko is packing! Look at that cake! Holy shit! God damn! Damn, we didn't get to see the English cast. That sucks. Thank you, Spike Chunsoft. I'm a big fan of Spike Chunsoft. They also made the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Great development team. Oh, hey, Monokuma. Wait.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Okay. You received the Easter egg present. So is that like the hint towards being other games? Is Monokuma gonna come back and he can operate himself or something? God damn. Yes, I'll let it save my data. Damn. Alright. I'm gonna save and then I'll be right back.
Danganronpa.
Wow, so that is literally it. That's the game. Holy shit. The game ended up being a lot shorter. Oh my god, it's come full circle. This is the exact title screen that I had when I started the game. Oh my god, it's really just come full circle. Holy crap. Well guys, that was Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. One of my favorite games of all time, and I'm not saying that lightly. I absolutely love this game. I can't wait to play Danganronpa 2 on the channel. Whenever that's going to be. I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to take a massive break from this because, let me tell you, man, I dedicated myself a lot to this game and the voices and everything. This is one of my favorite series that I've ever put up on the channel. And I need a little break for a bit. I feel like moving on so quickly I'll just get whiplash. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to anybody who watched this series. It's so weird to think that you guys aren't going to be seeing this video until like way later on, because as of my recording this, I think part 9 has been uploaded, and this was like, I think either episode 26, episode 25, or episode 27, I can't remember. I ended up not doing 40-hour episodes, or 41-hour episodes, which is weird because I remember seeing one of my favorite content creators, Johnny Awesome. He did Danganronpa on his series, on his channel. Why the hell did I say that? And there's like 40 episodes, and he did like 1-hour episodes. So either he just took his time a lot more than the game than I did, which I don't even know how you can really. I don't know. Maybe there's extra content that I need to look into. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just, oh man. This game holds a special place in my heart, I can say that much. So thanks guys so much for watching. To anybody who watched this series, Even if you just watched the first episode and decided you wanted to see the ending because you've already seen the game, or you just wanted to see my reaction, thank you so much to anybody, literally anybody who watched this series. I really appreciate all of you. I'm really glad that I was able to share this experience with you guys. I don't really know what else to add. I'm really happy. So, yeah. Thanks guys so much for watching this video and for watching this series. I hope you did enjoy, because I definitely did. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.